in the altar for the money god, or put crystals in the bowl that hold the incense in the altar for the ancestors. So my questions was like, first, can putting crystal in some position like that, can it help to improve the energy of the house? Okay, the second question is, in there's some position, some place in the house that are very important, like the kitchen or the altar of the ancestor. And so what do you think about that? So there are two questions.
Well, the second question in relation to Vietnam, it doesn't matter if it's Vietnam or any nation in the world, there's still the basic understanding of crystals is important to have, and once you have that basic understanding, you can apply it to many different nations. I think the first understanding that you need to have with crystals is that they hold energy for an extended period of time. That means they can have good energy, but people use them to put black magic into it as well. So the first thing we need to understand is about cleansing the crystals. This is really, really important. I mean, crystals have been around forever, what could we say, from the volcanoes and the heat and the cold and, over the last, 4.7 billion years. And there's a lot of different forms of crystals, but what we do know is they're a very, very hard item. And they're beautiful. They're fantastic. They're great tools. So in simple terms, once you have the crystals, they need to be cleansed. Let's go down that path first about cleansing crystals, because it's the most important thing to do, regardless of who you are buying the crystals from or getting the crystals from or given the crystals from. First thing is cleanse them. Let's walk through that first. So most crystals, actually crystals known as crystals, are graded from 5 to 7, so they're a very, very hard item. Cleansing them with saline, salty water is the best way to go. Pure alcohol is another alternative to that as well. And the reason why we make sure it's cleansed is because regardless of any story at all, if there's dark energy in a crystal, it's going to affect the whole household or anyone that has that crystal on them. A lot of people will energize crystals with the sunlight. Some people will energize crystals on full moon. Keeping them close to the earth is very good. Taking them for a swim at the beach is fantastic. So if you have crystals, treat them like your babies, yeah.
You mean bring the crystal to the beach?
I've actually seen a lot of people and a lot of families affected from crystals without knowing that they should cleanse them. They look beautiful, they're great decorations, but, there's this downside to it. If you don't know what you're doing, it can be pretty destructive as well. I must say Reiki therapists use crystals in a completely different way to, we would say, shamanic practices, where the crystals would be absorbing energy, absorbing matter, and, crystals can change due to the environment the person has the crystal as well. I don't mean to change the type of crystal, but, certainly change the patterns within the crystal itself. So Reiki therapists work with crystals in a completely different way.
When you say like the crystal change itself?
Due to the environment, etc., yeah, as they absorb energy. So as for putting crystals in a house or in any particular location, depending on what the purpose is, obviously we can make up crystal grids and different formats of those crystals, but still to activate them, what energy is the crystals holding? That would generally come from the Reiki energy and activation of the Reiki energy within a crystal. So like what we were talking about before, we can put crystals in water and drink the water. First thing we do is energize the crystals for the family or for that particular individual. If you have like an amethyst crystal, for an example, which is known as good fortune, if it's got black magic in it, it's not good fortune anymore. But if it is energized and cleansed, it will send out a whole lot of new spiraling energy throughout the whole space, which is affects the people in the house from that as well. So, building a happier and healthier environment.